Hi everyone, it's Erin Smith of the Starters Club, and welcome to my first week of unemployment. I figured since I shared my last day of employment, let y'all know what my first week was like and keep you updated, because I'm totally fine with sharing the ups and the downs. I'm fine with being honest, and hopefully I don't have many downs to share. But anyway, this week was incredible. I have a crazy story for you because I learned something. I'm going to start off with an Oprah parable. Now, I don't know the story, I don't know the details, but I'm going to just general. There were a couple women at the Oprah show, and Oprah's talking to them, and she says to the one lady, if you could have, dream of anything, what would it be? And the lady's like, I'd like a picture with you. So Oprah goes, okay. And they snap a picture, everything's great. She goes to the lady next to her, if you could have anything, what would you want? And the woman goes, well, I'd love to own my own house. And Oprah goes, okay, I'll buy you a house. And the woman next to her is like, wait a minute, I would have asked for a house. And she goes, it's going to teach you always to dream big. And a couple weeks ago, I dreamed big. So I cyber stalked this guy for a few years, not in a bad way. I read about him in Entrepreneur magazine about 5 years ago, and I was so inspired by his story. So he had been sick as a child and basically over time figured out it had been mold that had caused it, and built this company around helping others identify mold and discover mold in houses. Now, not only did he do that, but he found a way to teach dogs how to sniff mold out of houses and rescued dogs. And not only rescued dogs, rescued black labs, which, if you know, dogs are the first to go. That's why I have so many black dogs. So it was just this business and just a way to my heart. And I would always just follow and see what was going on. I was so inspired of him. I racked my brain for 5 years trying to figure out how I could build some sort of business around rescuing dogs and making money. I mean, it's just a win-win-win-win in my world. So when I hired this assistant, we were sitting here and I was having her reach out to potential guests, and I said, you know what? I want you to go for Jason Earl. I would love to talk to him. I've been inspired by him for 5 years. I think what he's doing is amazing, and I would love to know his story. And the brilliant thing was I knew only about half of it. So she reached out to him. He said yes. What was crazy was the day of recording, it was this insane moment of I didn't have the right email address. I only had the one he had put in the scheduling system, which wasn't right. I'm trying to get a hold of Rachel, who's on vacation. We're 30 minutes late. I haven't gotten a hold of him. I don't have his Skype ID. I'm sitting here just sad. Either he thinks I'm a flake or he's ditched me. I don't know which one is happening. My sitter's supposed to leave at 3, and I literally ran upstairs and said, I know your dad's coming at 3. Here's the money. Leave my kids in front of the TV. I'm fine with that. I'll be up in a minute. I got to take this call if it happens. That is parenting of the year right there, but you got to do what you got to do. But we connected, and it was this, we managed to make it work, and it was this surreal, it was just this surreal moment. So like I said, I knew half his story. The other half, I think, was more incredible than the other half that I already knew and thought was incredible. I'm just in awe of the conversation. He complimented me on what I was doing, a guy who I had been, in awe of for how many years, who have stalked him. But like I said, I have no idea where the guy lives or his phone number or anything like that. But I just was just in awe of him. And it was just this moment for me where I learned that you got to go big. Like, you got to go big. And I'm not going to go big on my podcast because I realize that is definitely not the audience. It's not where I want to go. But I'll tell you, it made me put a cape on it, made me feel pretty invincible. And if I could make a case for Oprah being on my show, I think I would definitely go for Oprah right now. I really would. But I know her sharing her story of starting OWN probably doesn't resonate to most of us, because most of us don't have like $7,000 bazillion to start a company. But you get my point. It made me feel invincible. It made me put a whole different perspective on my life. It taught me an amazingly, just this valuable lesson. And you gotta go for it. I've had people I've reached out to who have not reached back to me on being on my show. I'm totally fine with that. It's their loss. I know that. I actually had a woman tell me that she thought and heard would be a really good interview for her show, but I wasn't important enough. Duly noted. And yeah, I'll see what happens when she comes crawling back to me for an interview. But you just gotta realize that it may not work always and every time. Do you know how many times Howard Schultz was denied for Starbucks? Can you imagine being an investor who had been approached in the initial time of Starbucks and said, I think that's a stupid idea? Hard to live with yourself on that one. But like I said, I have a cape on. I learned a huge lesson, and it was just a moment for me I know I'll never forget. I felt truly honored, truly excited, and I'm going to get a little emotional talking about it because it just was like something I could have sat here for 6 years and said, I wonder if he'd be a guest on my show. And not only did he say yes, he was incredible. It's coming out in a couple weeks. I can't wait to share it with everybody. It was just amazing. And it happened. That was week one. It was week one. I think I'm a little looking forward to week two. So I definitely can't wait. Lots of lessons learned. Time to go big. And, good things for you, I hope. If you have questions, this is a huge testament to podcasting. I love podcasting. I can't say enough about it. So if you ever have questions about podcasts, starting one, questions about starting your own business, I'm here. I'm definitely here to help. So always reach out to me, let me know, and would love to hear from you, maybe on a big dream that you have that you haven't quite thought was attainable, but now, you know what? Maybe it's time to go for it. So as always, it's Erin Smith of the Starters Club. Thank you so much for watching, and hope to hear from you soon.